long before towering cities, towering machines, or even language as we know it. A small, clever species walked the African savannas. They were Homo Habilis, the handy humans. Unlike any creature before them, they could manipulate tools, plan ahead, and survive in a world filled with predators far larger and stronger than themselves. Some called them primitive. But in reality, they were the first spark of human ingenuity, the species that began the journey toward civilization. Every cut mark on bone, every chipped stone, every step across the savanna tells a story of survival, intelligence, and innovation. Homo habilis evolved in Africa around 2.4 million years ago, in a landscape that was both beautiful and deadly. Rolling grasslands stretched under scorching sun, dotted with acacia trees and river valleys. Predators lurked everywhere: saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, crocodiles, and even rival primates. Water was scarce during dry seasons, and food was never guaranteed. For Homo habilis, survival was a daily test of intelligence and adaptability. They were small compared to the giants of their world, averaging about 1.2 meters tall, yet they used brains over brawn to carve out a place at the top of the ecosystem. Homo habilis were among the first humans to actively hunt for food, not just scavenge. Using sharpened stones, they could cut meat from carcasses, crack open bones to access nutrient-rich marrow, and defend themselves against predators. Fossil evidence suggests group hunting strategies, where one or two individuals would distract prey while others attacked. Imagine a small band of Homo habilis creeping through tall grass, eyes fixed on a small antelope, hands gripping crude but deadly tools. Their hunting wasn't just survival, it was the birth of strategy, teamwork, and planning the earliest steps toward human ingenuity. Homo habilis earned their name for a reason. They were the first known humans to make and use tools deliberately. Flint, obsidian, and other stones were shaped into sharp edges for cutting, scraping, and smashing. These tools were not random. They were carefully selected and crafted to solve specific problems. The earliest stone tools, known as Oldowan tools, reveal a level of intelligence previously unseen in the human lineage. With them, Homo habilis could butcher meat, crack bones, cut plant fibers, and even fashion other tools. Each chipped rock represents a mind thinking ahead, planning, and problem-solving the first sparks of innovation. Survival was a constant challenge. Homo habilis had to contend with predators, harsh weather, and fluctuating food supplies. They traveled in small groups for safety, developing social strategies to protect vulnerable members. Evidence suggests they learned to recognize dangerous animals, locate seasonal water sources, and adapt to multiple environments, from open savannas to forested regions. Their intelligence allowed them to exploit every resource: roots, fruits, insects, eggs, and meat. Survival was not brute force. It was observation, strategy, and cleverness. One of the greatest milestones in human evolution was the control of fire. While Homo erectus is often credited, some archaeological evidence suggests that Homo habilis may have been among the first to experiment with flames. Charred bones, burnt stones, and traces of hearth-like areas hint that they may have accidentally discovered fire and gradually learned to use it for warmth, protection, and cooking. Imagine a group huddled under the stars, eyes wide as the flickering glow dances on their faces, a single spark transforming the night, extending survival, and changing the human experience forever. Fire meant longer nights, safety from predators, and cooked food, a revolution in biology and society. Even in these early times, Homo habilis may have displayed signs of awareness beyond survival. Some fossil sites show bones arranged unusually, suggesting they may have cared for their dead or performed simple rituals. While not confirmed, these behaviors indicate a capacity for memory, emotion, and cultural awareness. They may not have spoken in complex language, but they had empathy, a recognition of life's fragility, and perhaps the earliest hints of spirituality. This was the foundation of culture, a bridge between survival and society. Homo habilis likely relied on vocalizations, gestures, and facial expressions to communicate. Small groups may have developed ways to coordinate hunts, warn of danger, and share food. Social learning was crucial. Young members learned from elders how to use tools, track prey, and recognize threats. These early humans were not just surviving. They were building knowledge across generations, passing on skills that would define humanity for millions of years to come. Homo habilis represents the very first sparks of civilization. Their innovations were small but monumental. Tools to hunt, social cooperation to survive, perhaps fire to extend their days, and gestures toward culture and empathy. Civilization did not begin in cities. It began with a species that could think ahead, problem solve, and manipulate the environment. Each chipped stone, each coordinated hunt, each caring gesture laid the foundation for the human story, the first blueprint of ingenuity that every future human would inherit. Though small and primitive in appearance, Homo habilis was a giant in intellect. Their survival depended not on strength, but on creativity, observation, and cooperation. They shaped stone, manipulated their environment, and faced dangers that would have killed lesser species. In every tool, every hunt, every experiment with fire, Homo habilis demonstrated the earliest human genius. They are the ancestors who first dared to think, plan, and create the species that set the stage for every human achievement that followed. Homo habilis is more than an ancient human. They are the bridge from ape to human. The species that first made tools, hunted strategically, tamed fire, and perhaps even began rituals of empathy. They survived predators, climate shifts, and scarcity not through brute force, but through intelligence, cooperation, and innovation. Every human who followed carries a spark of Homo habilis' genius. Without them, there would be no cities, no fire, no civilization. Humanity itself would not exist. They were the first geniuses of Earth, and their story is the story of our beginning.